Welcome to Lindamood-Bell Radio. I'm Dave Hungerford for Lindamood-Bell. Lindamood-Bell has pioneered programs to develop the sensory cognitive processes that underlie reading and comprehension. Our experience, quality of instruction, and commitment to ongoing research are the keys to our success. We are committed to making a difference in the lives of the children and adults we are fortunate enough to serve. For more information, visit us at lindamoodbell.com. Today's episode is a conversation I had with Ian, an adult student who suffered a brain injury during his military service. Here it is.
My name is Ian. I was a 10th Mountain soldier in upstate New York. I was a specialist, helicopter mechanic, and squad leader, that type of stuff.
Where did you serve?
10th Mountain Division in upstate New York, 277 ASB, upstate.
Did you go overseas?
Yeah, I went to Iraq. I was medevaced out of Iraq late 2009. Suffering still from the same injuries that I received from the accident. My back was going out, and they also started kind of getting an idea that that I had a brain injury. I was having troubles reading the manuals.
Are you okay talking about the accident? What happened?
Yeah, I'm fine talking about the accident. Basically, when in upstate New York, it snows 7 months out of the year, and it snows a lot. So we were moving a Black Hawk helicopter on the flight line, and it was really windy and cold and snowing, and there's ice all over on the airfield. It's like a skating rink. But we're moving it, and we're with the wind, and we were going to move the Black Hawk into the hangar. And I didn't do it. Our team turned the Black Hawk crosswind, and we chalked the wheels and everything. And we eventually came to the decision that we were going to move the Black Hawk. We thought that the wind had died down enough, and I was told to pull the chalk wheels from the tail wheel. And as soon as I did that, the whole thing right in my head, hit me right on the side.
So the body of the helicopter hit you? Yeah.
And I was knocked out for, they say, about a minute and a half. Some say 2 minutes. I don't really remember walking from there inside or anything. It was just kind of like, what I remember is just bits and pieces walking. I remember my head and my shoulder and my back hurting a lot. I eventually went to the med station, and the doc didn't really seem too concerned about my head. He was more concerned about my shoulder and my back. He put my arm in a sling, and he gave me pain pills for my back and just told me, drink water, drive on. I did that, and I was having continuous headaches for probably the next couple weeks, and I kept going back to him, telling him I was having really bad headaches, and these were not like normal headaches. And I even had one instance where I went to the hospital because I was having some type of it was like a migraine or something in the back of my head, and it felt like I don't know, like I was gonna die. That much pain, like I'm just on the ground crying because it hurts that much. So I go to the hospital, and they say it's just a really bad migraine, and it could be anything. But we didn't even know I had a head injury at the time. When I went to Iraq, they figured out my back was giving me more problems. My shoulder was pretty okay, but I didn't even know I had a head injury until I got back to the United States, and they sent me to some room or something, and there was a lady in there, and she's sitting behind a desk, and she goes, I'm going to give you a list of 10 objects, and we're going to wait 2 minutes, and then I want you to tell me how many you get, and I got 3, and then the next time I got 4, and then red flags right after that. It was just right at that moment is where I was being informed that they think that I had a brain injury, and then they started asking me how many times I've been hit in the head, stuff like that. And when was the last time I got hit in the head? And I told them when I fell or when I got hit. And then just a year of medical in the Army, and then they decided that I was unable to perform my job anymore, and there was very few jobs that I probably could do, and so they retired me. I have a 80% permanent disability. I'm retired from the Army. I only served 4 years of my 6 years contract. I was going to re-enlist. I was going to make the Army a lifetime thing, so eventually I was going to retire from there. I just wanted to do my time. I knew from a very young age that I wanted to be in the Army, and I just never did it as a young, when I was like 20 years old, because like a job would pop up or whatever. But when I finally made a decision going in the Army, I thought it was the best decision. It was a good decision.
Do you feel like differently than what you recall before the accident?
I feel like, yeah, I feel different. I notice differences. Well, I don't know if I feel different. I just know how I feel right now. I feel like sometimes my life is a movie, or it's just hard to explain. Like sometimes I don't feel like I don't know, like reality is not the same or something. I don't. It's hard to understand. I mean, I looked at it.
I've heard some people say that they feel like it's like fuzzy, like you're kind of looking, things are just kind of fuzzy all the time.
Yeah, it just seems like a movie, or like I'll forget. I mean, anything that I do, I'll probably forget, and then I'll remember like 2 weeks from now or something. When I look back at it, I mean, I never really noticed it because, I mean, I knew how to read before, but I just never really realized that I wasn't reading up to par, or I wasn't even really reading. I don't even think. I think I was just saying words, but they were all easy words.
Were you a good student in high school?
I graduated top 50 out of 500. Wow. And before I came here, I was actually kind of, I guess, I don't want to say, I was hiding the fact that I didn't know how to read, and I was in college, and which was kind of easy because I wasn't really doing any reading. They were just lecturing me, and anytime I had to write a report, I would use like Dragon dictation. I'd just say it and then have to go back through there and kind of correct it or have autocorrection.
Even though you did that well in high school, you still had trouble reading?
Yeah.
Growing up? Huh?
Yeah. No. I've never had a problem reading before.
I mean, this was after you were in college after?
Yeah. I was in college afterwards, and
I
think the instructors started noticing that I didn't know how to read either, because they asked me to read aloud, and it was like nails on a chalkboard. It was so choppy and so misunderstandable that the instructor he goes, well, first you gotta learn how to read. And after he said that, it kind of hurt. It hurt a lot, actually.
Work on his people skills.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he doesn't know that he hit my number one secret.
Yeah.
So after that semester, I went to, I think, the VA, and I told them that I was having trouble reading and that I was having trouble with math, and I was having memory problems. I mean, yeah, that was a big step.
How did you find out about Lindamood-Bell?
I think the VA told me. They told me that there was a learning center here, and that they could help me with all of my, well, they could try to hone in and perfect what damage has been done or something, and help me read better, comprehend better, memory, stuff like that.
How did you feel when you heard that?
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was scared because I mean, it's you don't want to let people in on your secret, you know. You don't. It's hard as an adult to sit there and tell another adult I'm having problems reading, And then when they find out, then they're like, oh, okay, well, but usually their first look at you is like you're different or something, That's usually their first look. They don't understand. Nobody understands, I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah, unless you're used to, we see lots of adults. And,
yeah, I mean, when I come here, I feel comfortable because I know that I don't know if they have the same deficiencies as I do, but I know that they have stuff that's wrong with them, and I hope that they're as passionate about trying to fix it as much as I am, because it's not fun when you get lost and you can't read your way out.
So you found out about Lindamood-Bell through the VA, and then you just made an appointment to come in to do the testing?
Well, yeah, they made the appointments to come in and do the testing. They said that it took me like 2 or 3 days to do the actual testing, and when I just retested, it only took me like 3 hours. And there's a big improvement too. Reading better, comprehension. I don't even think I really knew that I was having problems visualizing like actual pictures from a story. Like if I'm telling you a story about a boat, I wouldn't be picturing the boat.
Why is that important? Picture the boat?
Because it's the details, or it's to glue everything together. The pictures are what we latch onto to remember the story. You don't memorize the story word for word. You kind of just by like a movie, like it's just going frame by frame. So
that was something maybe damaged.
I guess.
Your abilities.
Yeah.
So what's the program like if you were to explain to other adults?
When you come here, they don't care what you did. They don't care that you were in the service. They don't care how you look or anything. All they care about here is they want to fix the problem. They want to fix or help fix your deficiencies. And I kind of tested them when I first started here too. I was like, I want to see if you're going to take it seriously too. So I would kind of slack off a little bit and they would pull me back in. Or I would try to kill time by telling them a stupid story, and they'd be like, well, we need to get back to the work we're doing, because if you don't do this, it's not going to get fixed, and then all this is for nothing. So I knew that they were taking it serious, and I was already going to take it serious because I didn't like not knowing how to read.
So what do you do in the course of your hour?
We'll read. One of the big things that when we started, we were just going off of flashcards, like the endings, common beginnings, stuff like that, and then we just graduated. It's a whole formula that they've put together. They know what you need, and you kind of don't. It's hard to explain. I don't know how to fix not knowing how to read, but they do. They'll read me a short paragraph story. And we have these things called felts, where they'll break that paragraph into several different sections, like after each sentence. And then they'll read the sentence and they'll say, put down your first felt. And they'll read the sentence and then they'll say, okay, what do you picture when I read you this sentence? And if you just try to repeat what they said, they'll be like, no, that doesn't work. What do you picture? Describe what you picture. What do you picture for that boat? How many sails are there? What color is it?
Get the details.
Of the big picture. We do stuff like that. We do reading too. I'm reading out of a book right now. I Am Number 4, which is a really good book. At first, when you first start doing something that either you're not good at or you have a deficiency at, it seems really hard, and you get tired, and you get frustrated a little bit, but it's the repetitive process of doing it over and over and over again to train the brain to fix it, to find another route, to to bypass that damaged area. And just over countless times of 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, me coming here. And I think with them really caring and trying, and me coming here with the want to learn of how to fix this, I think we're making really big progress.
I was going to ask, has it worked?
Yeah, it's working. I mean, I'm reading. My pictures, I'm actually starting to picture things. My pictures aren't 100% clear all the time, or I don't really picture everything I'm supposed to, but I know that I'm picturing because I can see the boat. I can see how many sails it has. I can see the red stripe down the side of it, reading. I think I'm reading pretty good. Some of the bigger words I get hung up on, but I'm pretty much grasping the idea. Reading what you read, memorizing it, picturing it, and then being able to, I guess, recite it in your own words or how it was actually worded towards you.
A lot of talk has been said that overall people have started to have lower comprehension because TV is everywhere, and so it does the pictures for you.
Yeah, TV made it completely easy for me. That's probably how I think in between the time of my injury and time of now, how I was basically learning was just through TV. I watch a lot of science projects and science programs and documentaries and stuff like that. And also, I guess the fact that come up with our own language, we forget the basics and stuff. And I guess, I don't know, I mean, it's a combination of life experiences and then the damage that happened. It's just trying to correct everything that's over the years what's wrong, and just trying to fix it, I guess. I know for a fact that there are a lot more soldiers that are having problems.
Would you recommend they look into Lindamood-Bell?
Yeah, I really do. This is the only center I've been to, but I know that these people care. It works. I strongly believe that this program is designed to just bypass or create new ways of learning, stuff like that. I mean, it's just through the countless repetitive reading and picturing and then looking at the flashcards and I would rather come here for 13 weeks and subject my innocence or my whatever it is to these people that care than to go another 40 years and get lost in Vegas again.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, what I want to become is I want to become like a crashing investigator for airlines. When the airlines go down, somebody's got to go in there and basically FAA, and what I want to do is basically find out how and why the plane crashed and try to prevent it. There's a big field in that.
Well, the brain is a remarkably an organ that can recuperate.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're on the right track.
I know that there are soldiers out there that have injuries to their brain, and they need to get it fixed. They need to either come here or they need to come to a learning center like this, or they need to contact their VA and say, I'm having problems.
Oh, that's quite a story.
It's been a long road.
Well, I'm really glad that you got the help that you've gotten so far. I hope we can continue.
Yeah.
Great.
I strongly believe that this, I don't care how long it's going to take. I mean, I'll stay here until they tell me I'm done. And it'll happen. I believe that it'll happen. And I think deep down inside my heart that I will always have this brain damage, but we can try to reroute information to try to get past it, at least to make life better. Not that life is bad or anything. It's just tough when you're having deficiencies like this, I guess. So
you're quite articulate. So that's a good sign. You've got good use of language. You can get your thoughts out.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening. You can reach us at our website, lindamood-bell.com, or call us at 800-233-1819. You can also follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X. We are Lindamood-Bell.